AIDS is a life-threatening condition caused by HIV, the human immunodeficiency virus. The virus cripples the immune system of those it infects, eventually leading to death from a host of opportunistic diseases. There is no cure for this global pandemic, and although infection rates have begun to plateau in recent years, AIDS continues to spread. In 30 years, AIDS has killed over 30 million people around the world, and there are 34 million more currently infected. While Sub-Saharan Africa accounts for little more than 12% of the world's population, it accounts for 2/3 of those infected. In Africa, the virus is mainly spread heterosexually, with over half infected being women. Pregnant or nursing mothers with the virus have about a 25% chance of passing the virus on to their child, and half of those babies die within 2 years without treatment. AIDS kills 1.2 million Africans every year. There are 5,000 new infections every day. Nearly 90% of the world's AIDS orphans are in Africa. AIDS has gravely affected households, communities, and whole economies. It has also resulted in a dark cloud of hopelessness over the lives of tens of millions of Africans. It is impossible to live and work in Sub-Saharan Africa and not come into contact with the AIDS crisis. But how do we respond? Do we turn our head and try to ignore it? Do we conclude that there's nothing we can do to make a difference? As Christians, what should our response be? In the Bible, we see Jesus stop what he is doing and respond in compassion to those in need. We see him brush aside conventional wisdom and minister to outcasts like lepers, prostitutes, and Gentiles. Could God be asking us to do the same? To respond as Christ would means that we need open eyes to see the suffering around us, and open hearts to act when God presents an opportunity. And we need to encourage the African church to be the church it should be, to be a haven of love, acceptance, and support to those most deeply affected by AIDS. There is a lot the church can do. We can help erase the stigma associated with AIDS. We can offer all kinds of help to those who are suffering and to the millions of orphans AIDS has left in its wake. We can teach the youth how to live a life free of the pitfalls, pointing them to the life-transforming power of Christ. And we can point to an eternal hope for those who are despondent and hopeless. Ordinary Christians can minister into the lives and spirits of everyone affected by the pandemic. While we all wait and pray for the eradication of AIDS, we can help turn this tragedy into a triumph of God's grace.